So today I want to show you behind the scenes of Ginger Mathematician, and one question I definitely get asked on a regular basis is how do I make my predictions so accurate? So I'm going to let you in on the secrets of my predictions today, and potentially it's three very important things. One, it's my frequency analysis, so I'll go through that in a moment. Using weighting, so I'll talk about why weighting is so important. And then finally, my experience of teaching iGCSE for many years. Those three things come together to give you the very best predictions that are possible. So let me go over to how I do my frequency analysis and go from there. Okay, so this is number one. This is the frequency analysis. I'm going to use iGCSE 0580 here as an example. And what I've done, and you can probably have a good idea of what this is going to be, I've gone through every paper since June 2021 and classified each question here on paper 2 by the topic that's actually appeared. And it's as big as you think. Like if we keep going across here, you can see every single topic is in here. And what I've done with this is once I've got this information down here, there's a lot of information here, I've then done the topic frequencies. So I've actually put in angle calculations, SDTT, volume of 3D shapes, sets, Venn diagrams, and everything else here. And what essentially I have here is a formula that counts how many times that word appears. So I count how many times that word actually appears in my entire database. Now generally I take the last 17 papers, so I want to try and get the most up-to-date papers in case there's been any changes to the syllabus or minor changes to the syllabus. Now I'm keeping it as fresh for you as possible. From that, I then create a percentage out of that by just dividing the frequency here by 17, converting into a percentage, and then I use some conditional formatting here to classify this as either sometimes, certain, almost certain, often as you can see here. So I'll classify these things like over 100%, over 75%, over 50%, and so on. What I've also done, particularly things like paper 4 or some of these larger questions at A level or IB, is, and you'll see here, is sometimes I'll split the question into two parts. So 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and that allows me within one of these very big questions, this is the weighting part here, to put in more than one topic. Or if there is one particular topic, very occasionally I'll put in volume 3D twice to give that extra weighting because the entire question is based on volume of 3D shapes or surface area of 3D shapes. So there is some weighting involved to make sure that those topics are fairly represented rather than a one-mark question on recognizing the median, for example, on iGCSE. Now, number 3, of course, is actually bringing all this together and having that experience of the iGCSE, knowing what topics can integrate into other topics. Now, what do I mean by that? Probability is a really good example of this. So you'll notice here, sets and Venn diagrams often lead into a probability question. So even though probability maybe on its own as a standalone topic is not particularly popular, it feeds into so many sets questions, so many statistics questions, that should be counted a little bit more than maybe what the frequency analysis gives. Now, if you're interested in actually how much money I make through the Ginger Mathematician YouTube channel, I have done a video on this and you can check that out right in front of you.